What is the most interesting or exotic destination that you've ever travelled to? 30 seconds, person next to you, go for it. Now, I'd love to hear some of the destinations, the locations that just came up in your conversation. But if you asked me this question, I would say hands down the answer would be Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. Who's been to Vietnam before? Hands up if you have. Like, it is a cracker of a place. If you've not been to Vietnam, put it on your list. Like the history, the food, the culture, such an awesome place. But one of the defining features of Vietnam, and if you've been to Vietnam, you know this, is the traffic in Vietnam. Is one of the most defining features of this city. Do you know there are 58 million mopeds or scooters in Vietnam? And it is absolute chaos. And I remember the first time I went there years ago, I sort of got to the hotel, dumped the bags, got changed. I thought I'll go out and go for a wander to get a sense of where I am. And I walked out the front of the hotel, and there was actually a pedestrian crossing out the front of the hotel. I'm like, great. I had to cross the road to get anywhere. And so it was like a zebra crossing. So I stood there thinking, I'll just eyeball the traffic. They'll see me and they'll stop. Because that's what happens everywhere else I'd ever really been. And so I'm like standing there, I eyeball them, give them a smile, and they just kept going. Like the crossing was a loose suggestion. I got the impression very quickly. And so I thought, that's okay, everyone's in a rush. I'll just hang back, I'm not in a rush. So I'll just wait until there's a break in the traffic. And if you've been to Vietnam, you would know that that doesn't happen. There is no such thing ever as a break in the traffic. And so I must have been there for a good 5 or 6 minutes looking awkward, thinking, I don't know what to do here. And this guy walks up behind me and he starts to laugh, and he's a British dude. I think he was an expat who'd lived in Vietnam for years. And he said, "You're trying to cross the road?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's the go? How do you do this?" And he said, "Follow me." And so he just stepped out. He didn't even bother to look at the traffic, to check. He just stepped out into the swarming sea of traffic, and he's yelling back to me, "Keep going, follow close, don't stop." And as we got to the other side, he said, "That's the thing, hey, like the worst thing you can do crossing the road here is to hesitate or to stop." Okay, and this is what the moment feels like as you're walking across. And everything in you wants to hesitate, to stop, or just not cross in the first place at all. It's a very confronting, overwhelming experience. Now, can I suggest to you that, again, is a fairly useful way to think about where we're at in business right now? You think about artificial intelligence and everything else that's happening. So much is changing. It is overwhelming, I get it. And there's often this instinct in us to just want to wait, to pause. I'll just wait for a break in the traffic, wait for things to slow down. And I get that. That can feel like safety, sensibleness, prudence. Can I suggest to you right now, that sort of hesitation, that sort of waiting is actually one of the most dangerous things that we can be doing right now. A leadership expert named Margie Worrell put it best when she said this: "The greatest risk in a time of rapid change isn't taking the wrong step, it's actually standing still." And that is so true for all of us right now.